I'm Tobin. I'm 49 and I'm from Dublin. I'm a doctor. For as long as I can remember, I've always wanted to come to, I guess you call it the third world or the developing world. And it's gone back for so long, it's hard to actually remember why I wanted to do it. I remember as a child, everybody in Ireland of the day had an uncle or an aunt who was a priest or a nun on the missions. And we all had a very lively awareness of people out in Africa and in India. And we used to regularly have sales of work to raise money for the poor babies in Africa. So there was that awareness, I guess. And then just Tom and I had always planned to do it, but it never somehow seemed to happen because something arose to bump it off the agenda. So we just decided that when the opportunity arose this time, that we'd seize it with both hands, and that's how we came here. Yeah, coming to St. Francis was a bit of serendipity, really. We'd been casting about, we'd inquired from as many friends and contacts as we could of places to come to. And then we were finding that it was quite difficult. Sometimes you get an initial warm response, but the bureaucracy was very difficult. And then finally, a friend of a friend put us in touch with Sheila Parkinson, the director here, and Sheila was wonderful. She responded very promptly and very welcomingly, and so we came here. Well, if it's not a contradiction in terms, there have been lots of highlights of our stay here. Oh, I suppose you can think of them on lots of levels. I must say, at a professional level, it's been really good to see that simple and relatively basic and cheap medical interventions can make a huge difference and can really turn around somebody's life, and that's a great feeling. And then I guess at a personal level, it's been really good to get to do things and practice areas of medicine I'd never done before, and to get to grips with tropical diseases, but actually more often we're seeing the diseases of poverty here, and in ways that we've never ever seen them before. But that feels really good to have been able to grasp with that and feel some level of comfort and ability in those areas now. And I guess also at the level of our family, it's been brilliant to see how we have together had such fun and made a great deal out of a short time together. And to see our kids really slotting in well and playing with the local kids has been very good. The other side of the coin is that there have been lots of really difficult things as well. And probably the thing that strikes you like a blow between the eyes is the reality of the poverty. Intellectually, before you come, you know that this is a poor country and these people are poor. And you have, well, we had read around and we'd heard about other people's experiences, but nothing actually prepares you for the reality of seeing how utterly poor people can be and how fragile their whole life is and their whole survival is. And that's really shocking coming from such a wealthy, excessively affluent part of the world now. So that's an abiding thing to take away. And there were other minor lowlights, I guess, coming to terms with the insect life and the wildlife. But we managed that, and that was fine. And then the other great fear that we'd had was that our children would get sick. And so there were a few moments of panic when our youngest did actually get malaria. But that sort of turned into a highlight, because when we saw how promptly he responded to treatment, well, that was very reassuring. And it also highlights that if people here had access to decent treatment as and when they needed it, there would be many lives saved, and a lot of people would be much healthier. I think the big take-home for anybody coming from our part of the world is how calm and peaceful and accepting Zambian people are in the face of real hardship. It's brilliant. It's got lots of lessons for us all.